Rumors of China easing its urea export ban are rattling markets, with speculation ranging from limited shipments to a full-scale return. At the same time, North American UAN supplies remain critically tight, and phosphate prices are testing historic highs. With no clear relief in sight, buyers face some of the toughest decisions since 2008. I'm Johanna Bota, and with me today is StoneX's Vice President of Fertilizer, Josh Linville. Josh, welcome. Thank you for being with us today.
Absolutely. How are you?
I'm very well. So, I love a good rumor mill. Talk to me about what is coming out of China, because it seems like urea exports might resume in some capacity, or at least that's the word on the street.
Yeah, this is a situation that's been going on since early 2022. Chinese government, of course, being communist. Back then, they saw prices starting to spike, inventories get very tight. And so what they started to do was take steps in order to restrict those exports. Accomplish two goals: maintain adequate supplies for their own farmers and keep prices low. And that's really been the case since that point, and it's only gotten smaller and smaller as far as the export flows. This really hit ahead last year with exports dropping significantly, and this year for the first quarter, only hitting 3,600 tons. So for a country that normally exported 5 to 5.5 million tons, that's a massive drop. But all of a sudden, rumors been picking up. China's coming back. It's going to be nearby. It's going to be July. It's going to be tech grade. It's going to be all grades. The fact that there are so many different versions of the rumor tells us that we don't quite know yet. Everybody's just kind of speculating. But we have seen a reaction, which I think is going to catch the government's attention. Chinese domestic values have jumped overnight on the rumor. That's no doubt going to be seen by the government and be taken into account when they start to decide, are we going to allow these exports or not?
And as we spoke last week, we were talking about the fact that they've been keeping a lot of it for themselves. But now they have hoarded enough probably to be able to start releasing some. So maybe there is some truth to these rumors. So let's move to North American UAN supply. The saga continues. We are basically, nothing's changed, or has something changed? Tell me.
No, unfortunately, from a UAN perspective, supplies remain extremely tight. Other than a few truckloads here and there, there's no product available to be found until the month of June. And what we're actually starting to see here in the last week is that now suppliers, manufacturers, traders, distributors are now going to the retail sector and said, hey, I had X number of tons earmarked for you for June shipment. Do you need those? Oh, absolutely, I do. We need to get those priced. Well, I want to wait. I want to see if prices come down. If you don't price these today, they may not be there. So incredibly tight. Suppliers have all the leverage as far as negotiations. And those are the kind of decisions the retailers are having to make today. And all that demand, we're starting to see a tremendous amount of it switch over to urea, which is causing prices to spike in ways that we've never seen before.
And do you really think that there is some truth to that threat?
Yes. Unfortunately, I think as tight as this thing is, we saw a lot of these factors building as we went into winter, as we came out of winter. But to the extent that we're seeing today, this is something we've never seen before. But unfortunately, I don't think this is hollow threats. I think this is real.
Okay. And what about the current North American phosphate values? They seem to be high versus historical values, and they're also the second worst corn phosphate ratio in history. So do you see a price reset happening?
Unfortunately, without help from global events, and I'm going to look specifically at Chinese exports and Indian imports, no. Unfortunately, China is typically your biggest exporter in the world, 9 to 10 million tons per year. First quarter of this year, 111,000 tons. So stupidly low, ridiculously low. So your biggest supplier has basically removed themselves with, again, these are all rumors, but rumors that they may not return to the export market until June, July. That's half a year gone already.
Right.
So that's bad. Making it worse, if India has to continue to rebuild stockpiles, which we think that they do, there's really no reason why global prices need to fall anytime soon, which means that retailers and farmers alike are going to be looking at an incredibly high price, to your point, and we will be setting the second highest ratio relationship that we've seen. 2008 was the only time it was worse. The only reason 2008 felt better, corn prices were $6, $7, $8 a bushel. Today, $4.50.
So then basically we're looking at buyers having two choices then. They either buy expensive fertilizer and risk overpaying, or they are waiting and risking not having enough product.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Not an easy decision.
All right. Well, thank you, Josh, for that. And thank you for watching. For more financial content like this, please like and subscribe to our channel.